going to try turning something I've never turned before. This is a remnant of a bit of a splashback off somebody's kitchen, and they had me make up some heat mats for them in the matching Corian. It behaves very much like wood. I've been able to cut it on the bandsaw. It has its own specialised glue, but other than that it does seem to be hanging quite like timber. I'm expecting it to be a little bit rough on the wood turbine tools because it is quite a dense material, a lot denser than most hardwoods. So what I've done is I've taken some sections of this and I've glued them up into a blank. So what I'm going to try today is see if I can make maybe a couple of light switch pulls. So I'm going to have to drill a hole through the middle, which I'll do in a minute, and prepare the blank itself, and then we'll give it a go and turn it. Okay, we're most of the way through now, so what I'm going to do is drill a little increased recess, so that should be big enough to take the string through, but I want a little bit in the bottom here that I'll be able to put a knot in and hide. Right, well, that was an easy piece of drilling, I think, because it's got no wood grain to guide the bit. That all went fairly painlessly. I'll put the tailstock up, so now it's starting to start turning. I think I'll try and get two out of this, maybe little fat ones, I'll thin them down, maybe do one fat, one thin, just for style, and we'll see how it turns. Right, it's just because this is a bit of an unknown quantity in terms of what it's going to do. I'm going to wear both my face mask and a respirator just to be on the safe side. Look after my little lungs. That's the first roughing in done. It is quite rough actually, I'm quite surprised. And there's a bit of chatter off the tool, I think because of the density of the material. You can still quite clearly see the glue lines as well. I was hoping they might disappear, but who knows. Right, let's try shaping it into a bell push and see what let's try shaping it into a cord pull and see what we get. Well, maybe the glue isn't quite as good as it looks to be. Yeah, it's just sheared a layer off. That's quite disappointing. That was going quite well. I do have some more of that glue, but that's interesting. Okay, time to go and have a think. Yeah, it's just as I thinned through the neck of it, just there, it's split. Oh, interesting. I'll see if I can find the other bit and we'll have a think about re-gluing. Back in a minute. Okay, I used a 5-minute epoxy on this in the end. Centered it as best as I can. And all I'll do now is just take that back down to level and then get it into round. Quite like the shape. I think I'll put a bit of a bead round in a couple of places and see if it'll hold together. But I'm definitely putting that face mask and dust mask back on just after that, so I don't want to be hitting the face by a bit of flying Corian. Well, looks like this one's going to fight me all the way. Better get the glue out again. That was well, I can't tell. I think that's, yeah, it's the other side. So again, that's the original Corian glue that's popped. Right, let's get the epoxy out again. 5-minute epoxy seems to be holding on this side. And see if we can re-glue that. God, what a bore. Okay, all glued again. There's only one small section held together by the original and apparently quite useless glue. So let's see if we can get it finished this time without popping that last section off and get it done. Okay, I'm just going to try sanding that up now and see what result we get. And I'll just part the top off. Yeah, let's give it a go. Okay, well there you go. It hasn't parted off particularly well. I'm going to have to see if I can hand clean that up a bit. But it polishes reasonably well and it tools reasonably well. Just getting rid of some of those dusty marks and the lines where I've tried to put detail onto it. But I think I'd probably be tempted to try and use a solid block of Corian. The glue lines do show. That was the reason I was using that glue, was it was supposed to be an invisible one that the people who used on the kitchens use. So it becomes invisible joints, and they're reasonable, but you can still quite clearly see the lines. So yeah, I think working with a solid block of Corian, you could probably get reasonable results. It wasn't as vicious as I thought it was going to be on the tools. An interesting experiment. I'll have a bit more of a think about how I use that in the future. But it's got a nice weight to it, and if I can get it polished up, particularly that crown which isn't looking too good, then maybe we'll go with it, but we'll see. Good first experiment, take it from there. See you in the next video.